in your opinion as a wrestler, in the United States, there's no union for pro wrestlers. Do you think it's time for there to be a union, and what's your opinion on that whole situation?
I'm definitely a fan of unions, provided that they're implemented properly. I definitely feel as though it's a fact that, professional sports, athletes in, say, football and basketball and the other avenues command a much higher percentage of the total revenue, so to speak, whereas it's very hard. I mean, that's an interesting political question. Could it be done right now? It'd be very hard, since that there's one major company that's paying the big money, and they basically get to set the standards of wages and work situation.
All right, what do you think about unions, and do they need to unionize wrestling so that wrestlers have rights again? How does that? What in your opinion?
What you mean get rights again? There ain't no such thing as having rights again. They never had rights. Wrestling never had rights, Mike. Unionizing wrestling, I'm gonna tell you what you'll do. You get a bunch of cats together that want to storm in Vince McMahon's office and say, "Look, we demand this." And you know what Vince will do? He'll fire their ass and hire him some more motherfuckers and dress them up and look just like them and put them on his payroll.
About this one, should there be a union for wrestlers?
I think so. I think there should be a union. I think there should be a substance abuse program, because guys do get hurt, and guys do, unfortunately, get addicted to painkillers and sleeping pills due to the schedule. We don't got if we get hurt, we're basically screwed. I think there should be a union, definitely. We got to pay taxes. We got to get a wrestling license. We got to, I think that there should be health exams, because some guys, they don't know when they're sick. Guys are dropping dead from heart attacks.
The guys need to get it together a little bit more. That's also festered in this industry, to be competitive amongst each other, or to get an attaboy after you go and, light yourself on fire. If the guys would figure out that, you may get in trouble, or you may lose your job, or you may, do something that's not okay, but there's power in numbers, and when you don't stand alone, then you start to get treated in an appropriate way, in a necessary way. Something so needed in this industry.
So to start a union right now, and I know that WWF is very against any type of unionization, any type of collective bargaining type of situation. I would like to see it happen. There are so many people that you see that they get used, they get thrown away, and then some very sad situations. I mean, not discounting the fact that there are some people that don't save for the rainy day, so to speak, and squander what they've made. But the sad thing is, there are a lot of guys that really have given a lot of years of their time and stuff to a lot of fans, and have been used and made a lot of money, and right now have nothing to show for it.
Wrestling, you never see it unionized. You know what I'm saying? It just don't exist in this business. There's no such thing. That's a great dream and a great wish, but it'll never happen. It will never, never, never happen. Because in this business, you can be offered $1 million contract. There's always a clause to it. And with the clause, they can give you 10 years or 5 years or 2 years, whatever, and they got a little hook, and then they can snatch it away from you. So unionizing wrestling, bro, forget it. You remember when they did NWO and they had Hall and Nash and this and the other, and they eventually went and made Unabomb, which is now Kane, which is now whatever. One of the guys in the whole deal. He was trying to prove a point. I can dress anybody up to be you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. You know what I mean? So it's a good idea to unionize, but I mean, fuck. If Vince McMahon says no, I don't want you to, I'm not gonna have that shit in my company, and he fire your ass, then where you going? TNA? Yeah, right. TNA is now a Disney attraction. Fucking A.
Question is, it's been tried before. How do you implement it whenever you don't have competition amongst? I think it would have been an easier, feasible situation several years ago, whenever you did have the ECWs and the WCWs, and you had a little bit more strength and there's more numbers. But right now, the industry, I think, is shrinking. There's not as many spots for people to be had and everything, and there are a lot of people up there just thankful to have a job. And I know that a lot of the wages have went down.
Or they get an injury. I think there should be all kind of things like that, a union and counseling and stuff like that for pro wrestling.
How can wrestlers go about establishing a union?
I have no idea. I think that it's so corrupt and so political that I really think that wrestling would have to stop and restart. I think it's so far gone. You have no idea of the politics and big companies. There's millions of dollars being made. It's almost like prostitution, until you make money, and once they're done, there's a new face. You're out the door. It happens a million times, and it's sad, but that's business, right? I'm not here to make any friends. I don't want to make any friends, and 20 years into the game, I don't think people who don't like me in the business aren't going to like me now. And I've been very controversial. I've said a lot of things, and I've done a lot of things that I don't regret, but I should have thought out better. At the same time, that's just part of the game, And I think that wrestling would have to stop and restart.
Fuck if I go and hang your hurt before a fucking company. On the indie circuit, they pay my bills. They don't have no goddamn support program where, there's been a few guys that got paralyzed and got hurt or whatever in WWE and other companies, and they pay for them. Luckily, when I lost the sight of my right eye, I had insurance, so I get paid for that. But a lot of the guys don't have that. They didn't have that then, they don't have it now. Okay? With your contract, you make your demands before you sign your contract. If they'll agree with it, if they think that you're worth the dollar, then they'll offer you everything. If they don't, then they won't. So you gotta step up to the plate and try to make your own calls. If you ain't worth shit, you just go with the program. You become what they call a utility guy. They make you out of what they want you to be for that moment. And when that's not over anymore, they'll change your name and then make you out of somebody else. Unlike New Jack, I've been New Jack since day one. When I quit, I'll still be New Jack.
Thing of it is there's no health care for pro wrestlers or whatever. The company will take care of you as far as if you get hurt on the job, help you rehab your knee or do something like that, let you see the doctor, but then after that they let you go. So that's kind of a little bit what happened to me in retrospect after I'd hurt my knee.
Unionizing wrestling? No. You'd be like that motherfucker. What was the one they did? They said they buried in the goddamn end zone in fucking the Giant Stadium. The mafia guy. Not Gotti, the other motherfucker.
I don't know.
He was a unionized motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, you see where they found him? They didn't. Unionizing wrestling? That's like trying to mix oil and water. Oil and water. Forget it. It will not mix.
I guess it would be good to have a union.
I would like to see it happen, though. I think that there needs to be some sort of protections put in place. It's not to rake promoters over the coals, so to speak, or take advantage of any situation. But I think it would be good if there was some safety nets or a little bit better standard of living, some things that were provided that's within reason. But like I say, it's been tried before, and usually those people that try it don't end up having a job for too long. So it's just one of those things to hope for, but it's kind of hard to say if it'll ever happen.